Just rocked up and seen three strangers.
It's funny. I just rocked up here and I saw these two strange guys hanging around the gym, and I was like, what's going on here? Firstly, Viva Hayden, good to see you. You're looking great, bro. You look like you've trimmed down a little bit. So came to the gym. I was actually called to a meeting yesterday by Anushka, their mom, and obviously the change has happened. We've seen that in the press now, and I was happy to take them on. Both very young kids. Good future for both of them still, 21 and 19. I'm very happy. I was happy to take them over. I think they come from a good family, they're good kids, and here we are.
Well, let's start off. Let's go Caden first. I mean, how do you feel about the move now? Obviously, it's been made. You were with Harold your whole career, and you've made the first change of trainer. How do you feel?
Well, I actually feel that we made a good move. Uncle Harold was awesome. He taught me everything that I know. And I'm really grateful to have him, and I think it's time for the next chapter in our lives. And I asked the Lord to show me a path, and I just showed up here, and.
Same question to you. I mean, obviously you've also been with Harold your whole career. How's this move gonna, benefit you?
I think it's a positive change we made, because not only can we build a relationship with Colin, we have the same beliefs. Because not a lot of people know this, but we're half Jewish, so we're on the same page in beliefs as well. So I think it's going to be a very good step forward for us, all of us, and I can't wait. I really can't wait.
What's the thought process behind this, Colin? Obviously, two young boxers. The first thing you want to do is sort of get them into action straight away. I mean, no,
definitely not. I've discussed this with various people that it's a big transition. Any young fighter who has come from another trainer to join another trainer, it's a big move. It's a big emotional move. So I'm not going to make any predictions in the careers. Tristan, we have to be a realist. He's coming off two stoppage losses, so we have to bring him back really slowly. But for now, before we even talk about becoming this and becoming that, it's time for me to bond with him and start a relationship. Because a trainer-fighter relationship is very much like a marriage. There has to be energy and flow, and there has to be an emotional connection. And I'm so big on the emotional connection. And you've been around my gym where there's certain fighters you just simply don't click with, and it just doesn't work out. Now, when I was called to the meeting, I thought maybe the emotions were running high from Saturday night, and then maybe they needed more time to assess. But they were clear. Anushka was clear. They needed a change, and I was the change. So obviously you get two young kids who've got talent. You can't turn that down. So right now it's just not when are they fighting or what's the next step. Right now it's just getting to know them, integrating in my gym. Rourke does train at the Hotbox Gym with Fussy, so they're going to be sparring partners. I know they're friends anyway. Yeah. And again, it's nothing personal. Going back to a fighter who's been stopped. I mean, case in point, more recently we saw Amir Khan getting drilled against Breeders Prescott, and then he came back to become a world champion. Now, I can't predict that these two kids are going to become world champions, but I can predict there's a future for them. And that's my goal now, is to make sure it's a promising future. And that's why I'm going to say right now, instead of making predictions, I want to start relationships, and that's going to take time.
I guess it's pretty difficult when you first walk in, as Colin says, expectations. You don't know what to expect yet. You've made a move, but you're hoping for the best. When you leave a trainer, mentally, how long ago was this for you?
I don't know. It kind of just creeps on you because everything is fine. It's normal, and then you start recognizing that maybe you need something different. Maybe you need to make a better move. And then once you start getting that thought in, then you realize that you need to make a change. And the next step is to find out what is the change. And he was the change.
Tristan, when you seek out a new trainer, obviously in your mind you've left Harold now, but when you look at other trainers and you chose Colin, why did you do that?
Results. The way he treats his boxers, the way he tries to improve his boxers. And understand. He understands what needs to be done with the boxers, and I saw that, and I decided to choose Colin.
And for you, choosing the Truters to take on that project, what did that come down to?
Yeah, I mean, my whole business plan for next year, it was supposed to be this year, but COVID kind of screwed things up, was to get really red hot young fighters under the age of 25. So this is obviously part of that business plan. I mean, they approached me, and like I said, I'd be stupid to turn down talent. And I just look at youth and you know, these are good kids. You can see they're loyal, they've got a great family. I've been friends with their mother for the last few years, and we've always remained in touch, and it's always been civil, and hey, good luck for the kids fighting and stuff. And so I know there's a good family dynamic in terms of support, so I look for that. And again, you know, I made a comment last night, you either evolve or you dissolve, and everyone needs to evolve in life, because if you remain the same, you're just going to be stuck in a rut and you're not going to get anywhere. So I'm also evolving. I mean, I look at myself now from where I was 5 years ago, and I'm not the same trainer that I was then to I am now. You just keep changing, and you've got to keep evolving. And you also, besides loving talent, I just love the human aspect of being with fighters, because these are special guys. It takes a special offbeat guy to get in the ring and to inflict hurt and damage. So there's a human element, and I like the human element, as you know. And, you know, the next step is to see if we've got that boxing connection. Obviously, you know, being with the family yesterday, there is that emotional connection. Now we've got to just make sure there's that boxing connection. And I think the two flow, and the one box is ticked. So we'll know in the next couple of weeks.
Caden, how do you look forward to sparring guys like Lorato Glamini, Azinga Fuzile, Anthony Krobla? There's a few guys to ring. How do you feel stepping up and sparring sort of those guys?
I feel really excited because, you know, I'm going to get sparring that is above me. So I'm going to be learning from people that's above me. You know, that is really exciting, because I'm not just able to improve myself, I'm able to improve my style, improve my thinking, how fast I think, what I do. And it's an exciting move to make. I can't wait.
Same thing, obviously you fought Rocknap previously, but there's a couple of other guys in the gym around the same weight. I think Alfonso Tisson's hanging around, a couple of other guys. Do you look forward to obviously that competition?
Yeah, no, always. Learning a lot from different styles, different fighters. And yes, just improving me as a boxer and going back to the basics like defense. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the big change we've made.
And then just lastly, Colin, a last message from you pertaining this whole move.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is an exciting move. It took me a little bit off guard. There are one or two announcements coming up in the next few months with other young fighters joining Team Hotbox. I have to say this, and I say this, people might think I'm arrogant. This is the best boxing gym in South Africa, probably in Africa. And we're just growing in leaps and bounds. We've got world-class fighters, world champions, young, up-and-coming talents like these two kids. And I mean, just keep following us. I mean, it's just great to be associated with amazing talents, and obviously they chose me, so I'm very grateful.